Where's your family from, and how did you guys end up in Long Beach in terms of your family?
Originally from Chicago, the Robert Taylor Home Projects. Moved out here in 1974. I believe I was about 9. Moved to the east side of Long Beach for about 6 months, and then moved over. My family bought a house over here on the west side, and moved over on the west side. And I went to Garfield Elementary School.
Now, is Santa Fe sort of like the lifeline of the west side, this street, Santa Fe?
Yes, the main artery, pretty much.
So everyone, regardless if you're more north or more south, deals with Santa Fe at some point on the west side, right?
Yep, 100%.
Okay, and where did you, when you guys settled on the west side, where did you stay at?
I lived on the other side of Willow. More like toward 23rd and Gale, because the west side is kind of split up into alphabets. So it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, starting from Santa Fe all the way down.
And what does that actually mean, those letters?
Just Adriatic, Baltic, Caspian, Delta, Easy, Fashion, and Gale. And each area had its own little, families.
And those letters are determined by the city of Long Beach?
Yeah, I mean, that's the name of the streets.
Oh, those are the names of the streets. Oh, okay.
A, B, C, D, F, G. Yeah. Surprised we wasn't called the alphabetic Crips.
When you was in elementary, was the gang scene even known to you, or it hadn't really popped off yet?
It hadn't really popped off. I mean, I wasn't exposed to it at all. And anybody around us really didn't see it. I didn't start seeing gang activity until right around maybe the 6th grade, 76.
So after elementary, which junior high did you go to?
Stevens Junior High, which is on Santa Fe.
And by the time you get to there, 7th grade, you're starting to learn about the streets, I'm sure, at that time, right?
Yeah. Well, since I was kind of new to the neighborhood, there was a guy named Michael Deeds. He used to go to John Muir across the street, school across the street from here. And he got kicked out of John Muir and went to Garfield. And so he kind of introduced me to this side of the neighborhood, because I was still living on that side. So I used to come to his house. We used to play here at the park. The pool was here. This was actually the only pool on the west side. So everybody came to this pool. That was from the west side. But he kind of introduced me to this neighborhood, and that's how I met a lot of friends in this area.
What was his name again?
Michael Deeds.
Okay, was Michael Deeds representing any group or club or clique?
Nah, he was just one of the homeboys in the neighborhood. We wasn't representing anything at that time. But then come 7th grade, I moved to this side of the neighborhood. Michael Deeds was one of my best friends, so I always was with him. And then while we were in the 7th grade, we had kind of started this clique. Well, before that, we had it was called the Sons. And it was just a little club thing. We always was part of a club. I don't know why. It's just something in us that made us a band of brothers.
And when you say the Sons, is it the S-O-N-S or S-U-N-S?
S-U.
S-U-N, okay.
Yeah. And then from the Sons, we became showcase players. And we used to do little parties here at the park, stuff like that. We was identified by a sailor hat. We wore a little captain hat. That's how you knew that you was part of the showcase players.
All right, well, let's go back to the Sons. How did the Sons get formed, and who were the first cats that developed in the Sons?
Same cats from around the neighborhood, around here, just hanging out here at the park, swimming at the pools, hanging around here say, man, you know what? I can't remember who started the Suns, but I just remember I was part of that group, the Suns. I don't even know where it came from, you know? I know Michael Dees was one of the original Suns, and Eric Skillerin, Louis Moses, and a couple other cats. The Van Dobbs, June, Carmichael.
And were all these guys your age, or were you hanging out with dudes a little bit older than you?
No, we were all the same age.
All right, so then the Suns how does the Suns go from the Suns to the showcase players?
So once we started, you know, dressing, you know, with our Stacy's and Wallabies and dressing up, we all got together and said, man, we should throw some parties. And what we gonna call it? And we just said, man, shit, the players. And they said, well, if we throw these showcases, we can just be the showcase players. So we started throwing these little showcase parties at waistline parties, young cats in junior high. And older folks was coming to the parties.
Now, when you say waistline, you're talking about leather jackets, right?
No, waistline is where you actually weigh your waist. That's how much you charge to get in. That's a real waistline party. Somebody got a ruler at the gate, at the door, weigh your waist, that's what you pay.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So people was paying anywhere between the low 20s to the 30s to maybe $40.
We was charging cents.
Oh, cents. Oh, cents.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So it wasn't, you know what I mean? Because we was young, we didn't really know, and it was fun. You know what I mean? And they let us rent out the park for free, not rent it, but you know what I mean. And all the money went to football or whatever we did up here.
So what year was this around?
This was right around 76.
Okay.
Right around that time, in the 7th grade.
Now,
going into the 7th.
Would you say that the Suns or the showcase players had like a turf or an area that was definitely identified as where the showcase players be?
Right here, Silverado Park.
Thanks for watching StreetTV.net. If you're not subscribed, please hit that button below and click the bell to receive alerts and notifications. Feel free to comment below so you can give us your feedback, and be sure to watch the 2 related episodes to the right. If you want to support this platform or follow us on social media, visit the links in the description, and thanks for watching StreetTV.net.